Hello everyone! Guess what? Rokkr Sieges is live, and I just got some hands-on experience with it, so I thought maybe I would go over some of the stuff that I found a little bit helpful just in the early phases, because we don't know a whole lot about it, just the general stuff, of course, that we were shown in the tutorials and or the FEH channel where it debuted. So first, I'm gonna walk through some general stuff, and then we'll get into an actual battle, and I'll just be providing some tips along the way, and hopefully they help you out if you haven't really gotten too deep into it yet. So first up, we are fighting the Rokkrs over here. Obviously, that's pretty much a given, and the goal is to knock their HP down. Now you can see here, I've got Claire just over 75,000 left. That was after my first initial attempt at her. I've actually gone through each cycle of Rokkrs, but they seem to get more HP the further up you go. But we'll get to that in just a second. So the first thing you want to do is pick a team. I will tell you, and I'll take Aiken just to kind of prove the point. It is useless to bring anything that does not have a weapons triangle advantage against the Rokkr, because the damage that they put out is just way less. So the first thing that you definitely want to do is make sure that you are tailoring it to the Rokkr. Second, you also want to have something in the same kind of attack triangle. So for example, I've got Legendary Tiki here. She's also blue. She's not at a disadvantage, but she can also take on other enemies that the green units you have might have a little bit of difficulty getting past. So once you've got that kind of set up, you're good. Your team should also be very bulky, and everything must have ether or noontime or something to restore hit points, because that is going to be very important when you're going through and trying to do this, because it's really just a stamina battle. That's 100% all it is. So you can see I don't do a whole lot of damage there. Even with the 4-time multiplier, I'm not going to hit 100 points. But Tiki, for example, will do a bunch more damage. And I'll even show you here our guy Crumb, even more damage. So like I said, it's not really useful to have anything that's not anything that's at a weapons triangle disadvantage against the main Rokkr. It's just not what you want to do. Should I have animations on for this? Can I do that? I haven't actually seen the animations yet. Typically when I'm just grinding, I don't really look at animations that much. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Ooh. That was a growl of some kind. Alright, well that was fun. For the sake of the tutorial, I'm gonna turn that back off. So I'm really just, for the most part, I'm gonna have Ike down here to kind of like clean up and get some bonus boost damage from enemies, because they should be spawning down here somewhere. Yeah, like that. And so now, indeed it has, Chrome, indeed it has. You can see I went ahead and attacked. Now that's not the smart thing to do, because what you want to do first is take out these support enemies. So when you do that, your boost damage is going to go up. So now my Lissa would have done more damage had she attacked second rather than first. So when you're in battle after that first turn, you definitely want to prioritize knocking out these support enemies if you can. It's not a huge deal, because most of the time you're going to want to come in and just get absolutely mollywopped by them. So I like to let the enemy units attack me for the most part. Which again, when you're team building, another team building point, make sure everything has distant counter. Ether and distant counter, that's pretty much all you need. It can be built into weapons or what have you. Doesn't really matter. Just make sure that you are constantly being able to attack enemy units. Now I can't necessarily get Crom into attack that time. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and knock this guy out, get some boost damage, and then we'll come in here and do some bigger damage to Giant Shadowy Claire. I don't know why I didn't actually attack and I just stood there. You don't want to do that. It's not something that you want to do. Because the important thing is the boost damage, I think, also applies to your total damage at the end. And we'll see that in just a couple turns, I think. I don't think we're going to knock out Claire. We might. 3 turns? No, we won't. Okay. So we're playing it casual. No worries. There we go. Another beneficial thing is, I think, maybe adding cooldowns to the enemy. I haven't personally tried it, but I think it could probably be beneficial.
I'm okay.
Are you?
All right.
So obviously, if you keep that cooldown up, they can't hit Umbra Calamity, which is beneficial. It's not a huge deal, honestly. I don't think the scale is that tough necessarily. It's just kind of different, I guess is how I would describe it. It's just a different kind of game mode. The rewards and the stamina system are very, very similar to was it Grand Conquest, which we've not had, and I don't think we will have this month because of Rokkr Siege. So there's that. Alright, so we got her down to... We'll probably get her down to about 65 here. Maybe not. Because I can't take out a simple archer. Ike. Armored boots is also very nice to have if you can swing that. Honestly, if you bring a full armor emblem team in, like, you'll probably be okay. Just bring in all of your Hectors, and you're probably pretty good. Alright, so we're still getting some boost damage here. We're over 10. And then at the very end, you'll have allied armies come in and do damage. Which, again, I think the boost does apply to them. So if you follow those general kind of guidelines, you know, I feel for the most part, you'll probably be able to two-shot most of these guys. I don't know how high the HP gets. I've not actually gone past, I think this is my 3rd rung now. Yeah. But they all seem about the same HP-wise. Eric is definitely the stronger. She's the one you're going to want to come in contact with at the end here. But overall, I think it's kind of fun. It's simple. It's not anything too crazy, you know. The rewards are pretty decent, I think, for the most part. We're getting orbs every other one. So, like I said, it's very, very, very similar to Grand Conquest. If nothing else, I think it may just be like an alternate to Grand Conquest. The difference here is, I think, we're not... I don't know if these are going to rotate out, because you can see that we have only 40 hours left for this one. So everything is that 2-day period, similar to Grand Conquest as well. So based on the event time, I would say that we're going to have 3 segments. I don't think the rewards reset, but they might, because I'm climbing pretty quick here. I could probably knock all these out in one day if I really tried hard enough. But I haven't really done anything. I have not tried intermediate, just for the record. I've only ever done advanced. So I don't know if that downgrades your ability to get more stuff faster. I assume it probably would. But overall, pretty fun. So yeah, just make sure you're always at a weapon advantage, or at least neutral. Distant counter and ether are pretty much a necessity. And then make sure you always attack enemy units before the Rokkr for that extra damage boost that you could get. But other than that, like I said, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Those are just some tips that I kind of picked up as I messed around, not really knowing anything beforehand, not really doing the tutorial. So I hope you guys find this helpful. Let me know in the comments if you like Rokkr Siege, if it's something that you're jazzed about, or if it's just meh. Either way, free rewards are nice, and rewards are good, because orbs are good, because lots of banners are coming. But that's it for me right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will hit you up with some more videos this week because we have a new banner debuting, probably the first of the summer, and some other stuff as well. So until next time, thank you all again for watching, and I will catch you next time.